Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking at the 5th chapter of Pirkei Avot, the second Mishnah, which reads as follows. And we should understand the Perek it has lots of numerical recognitions that they make use of in a lot of different ways. And that's my general introduction. So we have the following: Asara Dorot me'Adam ve'ad Noach. There were 10 generations from Adam to Noah. Why was that? Well, you'll say, well, just the way it was, right? But what do we picture here? Because we should pay attention to the fact that Adam and Eve lived as they did, and you pretty quickly get into a devolving of society. When Sefer in Parshat Bereshit, it is not a happy storyline. It's basically how human beings had been on the high potential that Adam and Eve were built with and created with. They were created in the image of God, and before you know it, by the time you reach the end of, well, before you know it, over a course of 10 generations, you reach a point where the world is where God regrets having made us. That's what you find. So it's just the way it is, you could say, but in this case, the Mishnah wants to say the following: Lahodia, to inform us and to instruct us, Kama erach apayim lefanav. You know how patient God is. We tend to make our narrative such that God is God is harsh, and God brings retribution for sin, and people are held to impossible expectations. We like to say, at least, right? And God is harsh. So the answer is, you know what? 10 generations, 2,000 years pass with humanity failing miserably to meet any potential of worthiness. And God doesn't pull a trigger, or whatever term we want to use. God doesn't flood the world, when it's already becoming clear at the beginning. He just tries every way to be merciful. Erech apayim, slow to anger. Shekol hadarot hayu machisinu vayim. You should just understand, every one of those generations, they would make God angry, and continuously so. Ad shevi alihem hamabel, but it wasn't until after 10 that God brought the mabel. So don't think the story of Bereshit is God as the angry God who destroys. It should be the story of God, the patient God who waits for the possibility of a turn in humanity. That's just a message about God and a message about ourselves and about how we see others. Before we jump to say that everyone acts rashly, let's pause and actually say, well, you know what? As I rethink it, this wasn't rash. There was a lot. All these things were happening, and I was ignoring them, and then until it came to the point where it reached a head and could no longer happen. Unfortunately, just a way to look at ourselves and to look at others too. The Mishnah puts before us. Have a great day.